Morning, everyone. Welcome to another webinar of Unit of Technical Analysis. This time we are going to have a market review overall because there's a bit of panic overall in the market as such, especially at this time. So let's try to go to the charts and try to find out how things have been happening at this stage. Let's start with the basic point. Let's try to see how the uptrend was there and how it has been following. So we had a low somewhere around on 17th of June. And if we see in terms of charts which are there, so basically what we see is that, okay, yes, this was a low, this was a low, this was a low, this was a major low altogether, the lowest low to be considered after the bull high. So we see significant bullish divergence over here in terms of RSI. So yes, RSI, we are seeing some bullish divergence, and also in MACD, yes, we are seeing certain bullish divergence which is there, and from there on, the market started going up. We still didn't had anything in terms of price confirmations for bigger charts, so we went to the price, and yes, if we see, yes, this was a low, this was a high, and then we got a 50% reversal. Yes, on the smaller charts, let me also describe you. So this was somewhere around on what? 1st of July. So let me just quickly go to the group and try to find out some details which are there on for 1st of July. 1st of July has been very long. So just try to interpret what are the things which were there happened on those days. Yes, this is a chart of 1st of July. See, the date is 1st of July. Yeah, this is the 15-minute chart. Just to get into the details, nothing more. So we had a low, we had a high, we had a reversal, we had a target completion somewhere around of 1.272. And from there, we again got a reversal cycle, which is going to 1.618. It completed a 1.618. And if we see on the bigger Fibonacci, this is completed 0.5. So what are the details which have been written is reversal, 1.618 completion, center Fibo. So this is the center Fibo which comes in, and the target has been completed for a reversal. So these are the points, especially this completing 0.236, giving us a small cycle coming down to 1.618 and completing a 50% reversal. Range 0.5 completion, right hand side. So this is 50% completion, 0.5, right? Previous Vivo, this is 0.76, just a support point, nothing more than that in terms of a technical support. So bingo, we should see good upward movement here on. So this is what was been given on the group on 1st of July. And what we see is a good upward movement from this blue line, which is 15,500, 574 to be precise. And we saw a good uptrend move, which was till the last high that we had was 18,000. So from this level, which is 15,500 to 18,000 levels, good amount of profits overall, somewhere around 2,500 points is what we saw, right? So this was the uptrend. In talking in terms of levels, yes, if we consider this as a low, this as the high, the reversal which is coming to 0.5, we saw 1.618. Let me just zoom it across so that we can understand the details. So this was my 1.618 level. Yes, the market did reverse back, probably giving me a support at those levels. Again, defining those levels. Let me just draw this line, and then probably I'll just take this line. Oh, okay, we already have a line over here. So this is my first blue line giving me a support. Again, support signifies that, okay, these levels are accurate, probably approximate to be right, right? So again, I had this second line, which is 2.618. Again, the market came, took a support at those levels, and again started flying back. And after that, we had this line, which is 3.618. So my 3.618 line comes to somewhere around 17,855. And if I see that, yes, probably market has come down to those levels. And from there, probably we saw some jigsaw happening in the market, right? So at this stage, if we see, yes, the targets which are to be there, those are completed because the market did come down below this level. If it has taken support at this 3.6 minute level, probably I would have thought about going higher, but probably it did come down. So there is no specific higher targets to be seen, especially at this level. Let me see anything which is there further. Probably we can define that or not. So that is where I see the uptrend coming to an end. Not surely at this stage, but yes, in terms of what we have taken as positions over here, yes, this do come to an end because they didn't take the support at the 3.6 minute levels. That is the first part. Now let's try to see something maybe probably on a bigger picture. I would just like to go on something else. I would just like to take a glimpse of the bigger picture. So let me go to the bull and bear cycle and try to identify something if is there crucial, right? So if I see on the bull bear cycle, starting from probably the low over here, that is my previous bull cycle. So yes, this is where it was being started. So it is the lows are being marked over here. So this is 6825.8. So the same point has been taken over here, 6825.8, and the high of the bull cycle, that is 12,430. So that makes it to this point, right? I'll probably just try to take it on the left. Sorry, not on the left, right? But the pictures are pretty clear. So this was there, and if I go further from there, the level 2 comes to 18,035. So 18,035 becomes a critical level, crucial level for me. So I'll probably, the lines are already there, and there comes the 18,035 level. So let me draw black line, 18,035. Not anything to do with the specific black line or color, but yes, I mean, like, it's pretty clear, easy to understand. 18,035.2, just coming out in stage of accurate levels. So yes, probably we are getting some stiff resistance every now and then. Talking in terms of monthly charts, the previous resistance was again coming at this part. There was no higher closings over there, and if I check the high, probably the low. Let me first of all just remove this. Not able to see or probably make any specific relevance at this part. Okay, fine. So the charts are clear, maybe more on the monthly part, right? So this was my high, this was my low. We considered that, okay, probably it should be taking a 50% support and coming down, but the market didn't happen in that way, right? What happened next is probably we saw a breakout on the top side, right? So this was the first breakout that we saw on the daily chart, and the market did take support on those levels. If you see this blue line, and if I zoom it across over here, yes, it did give a breakout probably for a day or two. It did take a support from there. It did come down. Yes, this was probably in concurrence with the breakout which was there in Dow Jones. Dow Jones also, will see that part over in some time. Let's first of all focus on Nifty, right? So it had gone down, gone up, probably after that came back and did try to take a support overall. If I see, yes, from the range that was being carried out probably with this high and then the low, probably just try to reduce this at this stage, or maybe just draw a new one. So probably it was like a range which was been created, an upward movement and then a downward movement, completing one cycle which was there of 1.272. So yes, there was a cycle completion for downtrend. After that, if the market has to go down, probably it has to come down, take a reversal, and then start moving down. So I'll just try to move this Fibonacci down. So here it did come down to the 50% level, which have been marked over here with this line. So this line comes with the 50% level, which are over here. So this is the 50% line. Probably I'll just connect that, taking a bit on the further side. Yes. So it did try to push up with this huge bullish candle, and probably after that took a support. If I take this as the low and then the high, probably took a support at this 50% level and did go up further, completing 1.272 on yes. So upward around 1.272. Yes, a reversal cycle was being completed, and after that probably we are now getting a reversal. So if we look at the overall scenario, considering just the highs and lows over here, probably the high and then the low, this one low. So we are trying to analyze because this is a huge bearish candle that we got, and probably it has also given a breakout from the top for again the trend line which is there, the bigger trend line. Let me see it over here. So this line and this point, if we join that, we are just considering the high points and joining those together. And again, we see that, okay, the closing has been there below this levels. This was pretty a good closing in last week. Again, not going above the trend line as such. But yes, this has again given us some kind of confirmation that the trend breakout is not there, maybe on the monthly part or the weekly chart. And yes, this monthly chart is not being completed. Why? Because you're in the mix somewhere around 17th September. So probably let's see how it goes further. Let's come down to maybe the weekly chart and try to see anything if you are able to identify. So what we see is, first of all, there was a huge doji candle over here, and now we are getting the closing has been 17,833, and the candle closing of this has been 530. 833, and this is 530. So of course this looks like a bearish engulfing, which is pretty cool, right? A signal for reversal maybe on the weekly chart, right? And we have seen this previously, maybe not over here, but maybe on the daily part, whenever we have been finding bearish engulfing, the market has been drastically coming down. So good chances of the market to come down. That is one aspect which is there on weekly part. Daily, let's try to come on another chart. Yes, this is a daily chart. So what we identify over here is, yes, definitely we have got some resistance overall, but let's try to look out for the market in different scenarios, different perspective, what has been happening, right? So we do agree that, okay, this was been a huge rally overall. And if we consider that in terms of the trend line, yes, this is one point, and this is second point of the trend line, the black line which is being shown over here. So if we look at this trend line, yes, probably it has taken previous support. That is the first part. And now again, yes, it is trying to take support over here. So nothing to worry as such. Firstly, this is one aspect because the trend line has not been broken. If the trend line has been broken, probably the market goes below this, and after that tries to take a support. I'm just trying to show things, and then probably comes down again. Then probably it would be a thing for worry to us, firstly, right? So this is just one aspect for that part. Let's try to look it from the price cycle point of view, right? Now, if I consider the entire cycle, right? The entire cycle means the high, which is 18604, which we saw almost 11 months back, which was there on probably again the same kind of dates. It was there on 19th of October. So this is September, almost around 11 months back. So we see that it is closed below our levels of 17,977. So please consider this Fibonacci, which is there on the extreme right hand side. So we see that 0.236 level has been 17,800. So we have always talked on, suggested about these levels, which are very critical. 17,797. 17,797. Let me just search over here. Probably on the second group. 17,797. So 30th August, again, we have talked about that. And we also have a trend line to cross. So this was been given. Why? Because this is very critical. Try to understand, analyze those things which are very important and prominent, right? So looking at those parts now, it will be very important for us to sustain these levels, right? Let's look at from a different perspective altogether. As we told, trend line, yes, it is definitely taking support at this trend line. So we don't see much of a thing to worry as such. And second important thing is if we take things in terms of GAN days, which we do follow rigorously, from the low, which is there of 17th October till date, that is there yesterday, we have seen probably a cycle completion of 90 days low to low. So this low to low completion has just happened. Probably we were just discussing about this also few days back. Few days means yesterday only, right? So we were expecting somewhere around to be bearish too. So definitely we have taken the this with this kind of candles which have been happening at the top. We did take our put positions, which were quite helpful. So probably on this part we had probably closed our few of the positions, but yes, definitely we had carried on with these positions. Why? Because we thought that the market should be going down further. This were just a view that we were having. No specific reason as such. The only reason was, yes, we had completed few cycles on the top side. And when we thought that, okay, probably the market should be expecting some kind of reversals. So we, just to be on safer side, we have taken this position. So we'll try to continue with that. If the market comes down probably, or maybe takes a support on the higher side, like goes up to this 50% position, 17,900 level should be our resistance level. And if the market tries pushing down further on those levels, yes, we would be quite bearish on those parts. We are looking for, if Nifty takes a support at this trend line, which is there, the black line, and if it tries to breach that, probably we should be going for long over there, long in terms like on the downtrend side. But the only reason to take this was the completion of 90 days cycle, right? So that is there. So it is not sure and not necessary that, okay, it should be happening that day only. It generally takes 1 or 2 days ahead of that. So if we are wrong, probably, and if we try to see some kind of reversals which have been happening probably about this levels, going and crossing 17,900 levels, 17,800 levels. So probably we'll just try to scare off our positions. Let's see till now. I mean, like, we'll still be trying to be bearish on this part at this stage. This is just for hedging purpose, nothing more than that. So we are looking for profits both way. That's how the market is there. If it tries to give us, yes, we'll be trying to catch the positions also, right? So this was in terms of the 90-day cycle. So we know that, okay, probably if the 90-day cycle is been completed, we should be taking an upward support. We are not pretty sure. We'll go with the directions of the market. We don't take any decisions or make any decisions for our side, right? Second thing is, yes, the market would be having a support in terms of the bigger charts. If I take this as my low, this as my high, so this becomes my support at this stage. Although Nifty has not given us a very clear-cut indications as such, but yes, this support line, the trend line is critical. And again, this levels on the support line, probably we expect that, okay, the market should be coming at least till this levels, that is 17,363, because that becomes my next support level. This has already broken the 50% level as we see in the line. So maybe probably we are expecting that the market should be coming down further as such firstly, right? So this is just only one aspect to be seen in terms of 90-day cycle, which is there. We also saw the price cycles in sense like a reversal which is there going up to 1.618, 2.618, 3.618. So definitely those were been completed. And when we got this first reversal and the market didn't go above this levels, so after this 50% and going down, yes, we took this decision to go down. The positions are there for long also. Nothing that, okay, we are trying to be short, but yes, taking an advantage. Why? Because we are expecting that the market should be coming down at 50% reversals. So quite skeptical of those things. And if the 50% reversal comes down, our level should be somewhere around 16,893. So we'll try to catch that. And if market comes down, maybe probably to those levels and again tries to push up, then we would be quite positive about the market again going for few strong upward positions, right? So we expect that the market should be coming down at least till 16,880, 900 levels approximately. A rough guess, it depends on the market positions. We'll be going on smaller charts, maybe at 15 minutes, 5 minutes. We try to mostly work at 1 minute charts at those positions when we try to square off our positions or try to take new positions, because that does help, right? So this is what is there for Nifty. Yes, so probably at this time we are bearish, trying to take a support at somewhere around 16,900 levels. But the second aspect is if it tries to break around that, probably we'll be also getting into bearish positions. And if this lines or this levels are not been breached, probably we'll be very much positive. Even if it takes support around this trend line and tries to go up further, we would be very much positive on those parts till now. Right? So let's try to see how market behaves, and on the basis of that, we will try to take our positions, further positions. So now the bearish positions are already been taken. So this is the first part. Let's try to see at Dow, and then probably we'll try to come down at other stocks also. So this is Dow. We have been trying to update about Dow every now and then. So this were some critical positions that we saw. So this is the smaller, maybe not the smaller one. So this was the bigger chart. And this was the 50% level of the market starting from the high to the low. So this is the low taken at position 1. This is the high taken at position 0. Right. So initially it tried to break the trend line over here also. So we told that, okay, it has been broken, but back testing was not been done. So this was a false breakout. And from there, the market started coming down because this was a bigger trend the market has done overall. So coming back from this 50% level, which was 33,303. So we'll just check about this position, 33,303. So always talking about those levels. So every now and then in the group, if you go across, you'll be finding descriptions about this levels too. I'll show on the main channel too. So this is just a group, not the main channel. 33,303. Right. So 26th August, again, we had given details. Dow Jones comes back to backtesting, which is the first part. And maybe after that, 23rd August. Yes, we had said that Dow Jones false breakout, market below 50% level, MACD downward crossover in progress. So there was a crossover in progress as such. And after that, it has also come down below this 13,300 and 33,303. I beg your pardon, those levels. So, and it gradually started moving down after taking that resistance, a huge bearish candle. This was there during the Fed results that we got for inflation, and then the second results. Again, if you see in terms of points, probably this candle and this candle were probably around the same levels, which is there of 1,000. So this was 1,000 points. This was again 1,000 points, a bit lesser than that, but yes, approximately around the same points. And we saw further downward movement. Now let's look at this candle, which is very important. This was the low, this was the high. So if we consider this entire chart as such, firstly, we crossed this 50% level, came down, and we are taking a support at this 0.236 level, which is quite critical. And a more of positive point. Why? Because if we look at this 90-day cycle, yes, approximately it is there on 15th of September. But currently, if we look at this part, yes, it is trying to create a very good candle. We have got this doji candle over here. So we are quite positive. We are quite optimistic that the market should be closing on positive notes. But probably at the end of the day, after 11 o'clock or somewhere around 10:30 onwards, it started moving down. So we hadn't anticipated that. And here again, It is trying to take a support at this 0.236 level. Now, next 2-3 days, it creates a small price action over here. So probably it will, if it takes a support, and then after that, it starts moving upward direction. So we will be seeing some positive aspects overall in the market. That is in Dow Jones. Not necessarily those would be happening in Nifty also, but yes, probably if one tries to go up or take support, there would be definitely supports coming on the downside also. So this is the critical level as we saw. If it takes support, probably gives us some price action in coming days, then probably going above this 0.76 level, that is 31,215, the market may be positive overall in terms of those aspects. Let's wait and watch how things should be happening. We are in no hurry altogether until unless the market gives us some indications on the smaller time frame also, right? So this is there for Dow Jones. Coming back to Nifty, as we told, yes, at this stage we are bearish. We are looking for the trend line support if it happens, which is there currently in the market. We would definitely like to go long, but for long, we are expecting that the market should be at least coming down to this levels. Why? Because Dow Jones, those levels have already been reached. Let me go back to Dow Jones. See, Dow Jones has already completed a bigger cycle, probably going from low to the high and then reversing back to the entire 0.236. So this becomes a very strong support for Dow Jones to move as such, especially. And the previous high of Dow Jones was there on 16th of August. So 16th of August to almost 16th of September, it's been a month that Dow Jones has been more of into the downtrend part and taking good support as on date. We need to have confirmations on smaller time frame, which we haven't got. So this is just a signal, not a confirmation in terms of any ways for trading into the market until unless we see some reactions which are there in the market, right? So do understand those parts, very important, very critical to see the market from overall point of view. So see this candle which is there, a good candle, but the follow-up candle should be again very important, giving a closing above this 0.236 level, which we like. We like this kind of candles where the price is being going up, high, going down, and after that it takes or maybe closes above some very critical levels. So quite important for us. Let's see the follow through which happens further over here in Dow Jones. We'll come back to Nifty. Yes, Nifty, as we told you, the trend line which is there, the black line, currently the upward trend line, it has been taking support. But if it breaks and goes down, which we think should be happening, very important, because until unless the market gives us 50% reversals, there is no strong uptrend happening in the market. This is what we believe. This is on the concepts of W.D. Gann as per his books. Show them there's books and where those details have been written also. So this is Master Commodity Course. And if you see somewhere around on page number 8, rule number 8, he definitely talks about that. So this is the rule for both buying and selling. When prices decline 50% of the highest selling level, you can buy with stop loss of 3 cents below the low price. Next strongest buying position is 50% between the extreme low and the extreme high, right? So this is quite skeptical, and we think that okay, the market should be coming down to those levels, right? So we are going by the rule books. We do follow that. We are very disciplined on those aspects, and that's why we think that the market should be coming down at least till the mark levels, which are 16,893, that is 16,900 levels. So if it comes down, definitely we would be bearish till that part, and any type supports to be taken to that levels, yes. After that, we will be definitely bullish. At this stage, we are bearish, as I told. Just looking at the 90-day cycle, we had taken bearish positions, and we thought that okay, we should be taking that for a longer time, maybe for a month's time. So that's why the logic of taking these positions, right? So that is the first aspect. Let's try to look at stocks also, how they have been supporting and happening till now. So let's try to analyze things from the bottom. So this is the black line, red line, beg your pardon. The low, which was there, significant low in the market, and market did go up during that time, but Reliance were more of into a consolidation mode. After that, it went up. So let's try to stick to this Fibonacci which has been shown. Probably let me just take it on the right hand side a bit. Yeah. So this is the Elliott wave, the first wave, second, third, fourth, fifth, which was there in terms of the target also. It did match with the Fibonacci series, and yes, very much Dow, beg your pardon. Fibonacci and Elliott waves are very much connected together. Uh, this Mr. Elliott himself has talked about that. Okay, he does follow the Fibonacci, and Fibonacci waves do follow. I mean, like the Elliott does very much follow the Fibonacci. So this was the low high. Then we got a reversal, and from there the market started moving up. Then level three, wave three, wave four, and then going up to wave five, which is there. So this was the target which was there, and again, we have informed about on 16th of August about Reliance. So let me go to dates of Reliance, 16th of August. Reliance. So Reliance, let me check for 16th of August. Yes, 2652 was Reliance 1.618 target. Let's see the reaction here further. So it was like, okay, the positions were being taken, and as per my understanding, we have already informed about those things on 19th of July. So just showing about things on 19th of July. 19th of July was in the another group, the Telegram channel, the main channel. So I'm just trying to see this reference and show this reference. Why? Because we have already informed about those things. Lines correct reaction at 0.5. So probably not able to get, but as per my understanding, it was already been given. Let me see in the another group. 3 lines. Just wait a minute. This was just 28th of July, 28th, 29th. Somewhere around this part, yes, probably we have talked about that with support of 0.8 should move up. So this was being told, especially about that part. Reliance is also at 50% of the rate. There's the potential to drag down, and probably with that it was also going up further. So we had, I do remember that we had talked about this part, especially about Reliance to take, and Nifty was also taking good supports at that part. So from there it went up. Probably we got around 250 points. That is from 2,406 levels to 2,652 levels. So we did cut down our position because we are very skeptical what will happen next. And we are expecting a reversal. Why? Because the market generally comes down to a 50% reversal as we had informed. So this 50% reversal we were discussing about and talking about. And from there again, we got a 50% reversal coming down. So we thought that, okay, this is completion of the 50% level. But here we were quite skeptical because we thought that the market should be going about 2610 levels, which it didn't go. We did take down positions over here for the top part, but looking at the 90 days cycle, we thought that, okay, it would be too early to get into those positions. And we thought, let's wait and watch what would be happening next, because there was again a resistance which was been happening at the top. This was giving us a candle view also, because if this candle was quite positive on the top side, maybe going up further, but because this was a doji been formed at the top, just a day before, that is there on 13th, before the fall which was there. So we thought, okay, this is not good, probably not a right time to go long. So we didn't go long at that stage, even if it has closed positive, but the candle formation was very negative, so we didn't go long, right? And the second reason was just waiting for those 90-day cycle to be completed, which was happening on later day, maybe on 15, 16 September. So we waited for that. and Nifty were the positions which were been taken, not in Reliance, because we were looking for a positive aspect at Reliance at that part. We did inform rest of the people to take position, but personally not taken. I am only negative or bearish in Reliance at the in Nifty at this stage. I beg your pardon for that. So looking at Reliance altogether, yes, on the bigger scale, yes, if you consider the bigger scale, that is 0 to 1, this is just crossed the 0.5 level, which is quite critical, and the candle with which the momentum which it has crossed the 0.5 level is quite huge. This is humongous. I mean, like, it shouldn't be happening. Probably we are expecting a support at this level, but didn't take down. So that's why we are quite bearish at this stage. We expect that the market should be maybe probably just touching this 0.5 level and try to come down further, if possible, to 0.236 level, or if it takes support over here and start moving up, it can be possible, quite possible, because that is how the trend looks like. If not in Reliance, at least in Nifty, because in Nifty we saw that okay, it's just at the trend line overall, so it can be positive. Let's see how the market goes overall. Let's look at other stocks also, especially talking about HDFC. HDFC, we thought again it will take support, but it didn't take a support, and it is also going below the 0.5 level. So let's see how it goes further. Same is there for TCS. TCS is already down. It has again gone down below this 0.236 level, which we are expecting to take a support. Didn't happen. Yes, we thought it should be going up and then taking a resistance, but probably it just dropped down from the top part. Same is there with Infosys. It is also coming down drastically to its previous low. And if it goes down, so probably Reliance, TCS, Infosys would be the first to take the market down, right? So overall at this stage, we are bearish in the market, coming down to, for looking at Reliance to come down to certain positions which are there. If they come down for Nifty, we would be very much positive in the market, which is still 50% level, which is 16,900 to be just precise. And to be very appropriate, it is 16,893 level. So let's see the reaction which will be happening at those parts. But we have a strong support of the trend line, which is there till now. If it breaks down, yes, this would be the next support part. And we will be going more bearish on that part. And probably take down positions in Reliance also. Let's see how it goes altogether for the market. This is the current scenario. We'll be able to discuss this on the basis of the daily candles which will be happening. But yes, overall, this is the scenario that we look for at this stage. Okay. So thank you so much. Bye. Take care.